Hey Juliana, can you feel the Christmas spirit pumping through your veins yet? Brace yourself because this year I'm going all out, no holding back. I promise you, I'm going to make this the most epic Christmas for everyone. Get ready for some serious holiday magic.
Hey Melissa. Yeah, I'm really happy that Christmas is on its way too. It's the perfect time to have some well-deserved days off and spend quality time with people who mean the most to us. Can't wait for some festival fun.
Oh, and we can't overlook the gifts and decorations, can we? I mean, we all know that's the absolute best part of Christmas, right? Get ready, because this year, I'm transforming our home into Santa Claus's epic hideout. I've practically taken on a full-time job decorating every nook and cranny. Oh, the excitement is real. Trust me, everything will be just absolutely incredible, just the way I envision it.
Well, listen, Melissa. I totally understand your love for Christmas and making our house look festive. But have you noticed that it's becoming more and more excessive each year?
What do you mean? What's excessive?
Seriously, remember how our house looked last year? It was packed with decorations to the point where we could hardly move around. We had like 10 massive Christmas trees, over 100 snowmen, a gazillion Santas and angels, and tens of thousands of lights. People were in a panic, afraid they'd accidentally knock something over. Honestly, it was like a Christmas explosion happened in our house or something.
What are you talking about? The house looked absolutely fabulous. Every single thing was on point and perfectly placed. It was like a Christmas wonderland in there.
Your decorations went way overboard, and I couldn't even recognize our house anymore. We didn't even have a proper dining table to eat on because you filled it with an entire miniature city, complete with the houses and trains. Using the bathroom became awkward with all those talking toys in there. Honestly, it was overwhelming and almost gave us a heart attack.
Instead of criticizing me, you should be more grateful. I transformed our dull house into one of the hottest spots in town, so popular that even strangers wanted to check it out. It got so crazy that I turned it into an open house event. We actually made good money from it. This year is another opportunity for me to shine and be the talk of the town, and I won't let it slip away.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of having strangers roaming around our house. To me, Christmas is all about family coming together and enjoying quality time with each other. It makes me uneasy to have other people in our personal space.
Why is that? The more the merrier. I absolutely love having visitors in my house.
But, Melissa, don't you think this whole going all out for Christmas thing is just a massive waste of money? It's been going on for 3 years now. And it's the same story every time. Once Christmas is over, you end up throwing away all the decorations you bought that year. Every single one of them.
Well, yeah, I have to make room for new decorations. Who wants to keep looking at the same old stuff, right? If you want to impress, you got to invest, that's what they say. Plus, they weren't even that expensive. I carefully selected and bought each decoration at a reasonable price. Believe it or not, I even managed to get some for free. Of course, finding those cheap treasures took some time and effort, but you know me. I always find a way to get things done in my own unique way.
I hear you, Melissa. It still feels a bit over the top to me. And it really adds stress when I have to clean up after Christmas. Honestly, I just hope we can find a way to tone down the Christmas decorations a bit. It would make my and Josh's life so much easier.
What are you saying? No way, I'm not toning anything down. Like I said, this is going to be the most epic Christmas of my entire life. And if you're done with criticisms, I've got some shopping to do. Bye-bye.
Melissa, I just arrived home and what on earth happened to my things? My wardrobe is completely gone. And so is the working table. What happened to them? And what about all my belongings that were stored in them?
Well, don't worry about those things, dear. You see, this afternoon, I had some guys come over and help me move all the stuff to the basement. They'll be nice and safe down there, so you don't need to worry about anything.
What? In the basement? How am I supposed to use them now?
Just come down to the basement and grab whatever you need to use and come back upstairs. It's not that complicated. Geez, why do I always have to spell everything out for you?
It's easy for you to say. You can't just go ahead and move my belongings to the basement without even asking for my permission first.
What other choice did I have? Our house was running out of space to fit all my decorations, and that's why I had to move some of your stuff to the basement. It's not that big of a problem, is it? Once Christmas is over, we can have someone rearrange the house back to normal. Then everything will be fine again.
But why is it only my things that got moved to the basement?
Oh, don't be so selfish. I moved your wardrobe to the basement because it was taking up too much room. But let's focus on the positives. Take a look at how beautifully I decorated your room. Do you like it? And check out all the amazing lighted bedspreads with new, brighter LED lights. Aren't they adorable? I'm sure you'll have the most comfortable and amazing sleeps in that bed.
It's just the bed. How are we supposed to sleep with all those LED lights going on?
But it's Christmas! What's Christmas without colorful lights, right? Oh, and after you're done with the cooking, come to my room and help me wrap the gifts. I'm so excited. I just have some nice surprises up my sleeve for everyone.
Oh, okay. I'll help you with packing the gifts.
Okay, honey, I won't make you wrap your own gifts because I don't want to spoil your mood before Christmas, but you can help me wrap other people's gifts, okay? Juliana, where did you go running off to? It's Christmas Day and we were having such a good time opening gifts, but all of a sudden you burst into tears and ran away from the house, taking my son with you. How could you embarrass me like this, huh?
What do you mean? Don't you think you were being rude with those things you called gifts? You made me a laughingstock for everyone, and I couldn't tolerate it.
Hey, do you have any idea how much time I spent selecting those gifts for you? Instead of showing gratitude, you chose to reject and criticize me. Stop being so disrespectful. Listen, if you come back here and apologize, I might think about forgiving you. You have just 1 hour, so make it fast or I might change my mind.
Why should I have to apologize when it's so clear that you're the one in the wrong? Seriously, do you even remember what you put me through? And those gifts you got me? Were they just meant to mock me? Like that rubber cake that squirts chili paste right in my face when I press it? Or that shirt that makes me itch like crazy? I could have ended up in the hospital if I hadn't been careful. My eyes are still irritated from that darn chili paste. And let's not forget that book titled, How to Overcome the Painful Experience of Having a Cheating Husband. I didn't appreciate those gifts one bit. They were downright mean-spirited and even harmful.
Oh, come on, don't be so sensitive about it. It's Christmas, and a little laughter is just what everyone needed to lighten the mood.
It's Christmas, not Halloween or April Fool's Day. Why was I the only one who had to endure those pranks? Everyone else got regular gifts. And what's up with that urn you gave me? Saying it's for my ashes when I die? What on earth was that about? Are you trying to imply that you wish me harm or even death? That's just simply rude. And it's definitely not what the holiday spirit is about.
What? I thought you'd be happy about it. I mean, it's a way of showing how much I care about you, even when you're no longer around. Come on, we all gotta kick the bucket at some point, right? It's just a part of life. In one way or another.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but honestly, I don't need that kind of care in my life.
Hey, chill out. Obviously, I don't want you to die so soon. That would be way too convenient for you. Just kidding, dear, but seriously, sometimes you're a bit uptight. How about loosening up a little?
How can you expect me to loosen up when you're constantly putting me down? What did I ever do to deserve this kind of bullying from you?
Oh, don't get me wrong, babe. I'm not trying to bully you or anything. I'm just trying to find ways to bring us closer and strengthen our relationship. That's why I came up with these ideas. Think about it. On the bright side, everyone had a good laugh in the end, right?
You were the only one laughing, Melissa. Let's just drop this topic for now. Actually, I don't even feel like talking to you until you acknowledge your mistakes and apologize to me.
Hey, Juliana, where the hell have you been hiding these past few days? You're supposed to be here at our place, taking care of all the cleaning and cooking for everyone. Do you think you could just shrug off your responsibilities like it's no big deal? Listen, you lazy piece of work. Don't you dare ignore my messages like that. You won't get away with anything if you think you could just disappear and act like nothing happened. Now get your sorry ass back here immediately, because I've got some unfinished business to settle, and you better believe I won't let you off the hook that easily. Phew. Thank goodness the movers are finally here. Did you arrange for them to come, Josh? I'm so relieved, darling. You made the smart move. That witch Juliana was never a good match for you. But hey, don't worry, with your salary, I'm sure you'll find a new wife who's a million times better than her. And of course, the 3 little girls will be staying with us too. Just make sure to kick that woman out of the house and we'll be all set.
I can't believe you're still talking like this, Mom. What's gotten into you? Have you completely lost it? Why would you do something so awful to my wife?
Huh? What are you talking about? Aren't you and your wife getting divorced?
Huh? Who told you that we're getting divorced?
Wait, hold up. Juliana is actually moving out of our place, right? So that means you guys must have had a massive fight because of me. And in the end, you stood up for me by divorcing her and kicking her out. That's gotta be what happened, am I right?
Are you seriously that out of touch with reality? Why on earth would I ever divorce my wife? She's the most amazing woman I've ever known, and I want to be by her side for the rest of my life. But you're the real problem here, the true monster, and I don't want anything to do with you anymore. That's why Juliana and I are moving out of the house.
Wait, what? Both you and Juliana are moving out? Why? I'm so confused, Josh. What did I do to deserve this? I really don't get it.
You've been nothing but a bully to Juliana, Mom. You went ahead and packed all her stuff, moving it to the basement without even asking for permission, just to make space for your dumb Christmas decorations. And on Christmas Day, you gave her those awful gifts that made her feel miserable, and you had the audacity to joke about it.
But you gotta admit it's funny, right? She was making hilarious expressions when she received those gifts of mine. You did laugh too, right?
Are you out of your mind? No, I wasn't laughing at all. Nobody was laughing. Everyone was genuinely worried about Juliana. I expected you to realize your mistake and make an effort to change, but clearly you didn't. When she returned home, instead of offering a sincere apology, you made her kneel down and repeatedly slapped her across the face. She was bleeding and had to be hospitalized because of your actions.
Huh? What are you going on about? Is she some kind of delicate snowflake or what? I can't believe she couldn't handle a few slaps on the face. I was just trying to teach her some manners. You know, girls who are raised by a single parent like her have no class, right? She's been disrespecting me. She needed to learn a lesson. Sometimes I wonder if she actually sees me as a mother-in-law or not.
What are you even saying? Do you think it's acceptable for a mother-in-law to physically assault her own daughter-in-law? That's completely messed up. Juliana has never shown you any disrespect. In fact, she has always defended you whenever we talked about how you mistreat her. But now I've had enough. It's time for you to understand your boundaries, and I sincerely hope it's behind bars where you belong.
What did you just say? You're actually considering throwing me in prison? Come on, Josh. You've got to be kidding me, right? I mean, I know I messed up, but prison? That's a bit extreme, don't you think? Please, Josh, find it in your heart to forgive your mommy. Hey, Juliana, are you there? Could you please talk to Josh and ask him to forgive me? Let's not take this to court. I know neither of us wants that, right?
What are you getting at now? Instead of begging for forgiveness, shouldn't you be offering an apology? I haven't heard one apology from you yet.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm really sorry for all the crappy things I've done to you, Juliana. You're seriously the best daughter-in-law I could ask for. I wouldn't change a thing about you. So please, just let Josh know that you're okay and we don't need to take this to court, all right? I'm pouring my heart out here, so please consider it.
And why should I do that? What's in it for me if I go along with your request?
You'll have me, and we could have a peaceful family. You wouldn't want your grandkids to be teased for not having a grandma, right? Plus, let's be real. You won't sleep well knowing you're the reason your husband's mom ended up in prison.
Well, I guess you do have a point there.
So, it's in everyone's best interest to find a way to sort this out peacefully, don't you? Look, if you just forgive me, I swear I'm gonna make this right again. If you find it in your heart to forgive me, I promise I'll fix things. I'm ready to do anything you ask, and I'll be the best mother-in-law ever. Oh, and I just sent $500 to your bank account. Consider it a gesture of compensation from me, all right?
Well, let me talk about this with my husband first.
So you're actually giving me a second chance, right? That's great to hear. And please let me keep living with your family. I really don't want to be all alone. Oh, and you'll definitely let me know the new address, right?
I will.
That's fantastic news. To celebrate this new chapter between us, I'd like to invite you and your family to go out and grab a bite. Have you heard of Elysium Bistro? It's a fancy restaurant located just around the corner from my place. How about we give it a try?
Oh, I know that place.
Awesome. Let's meet there at 6 p.m. then. Dinner's on me, no worries. Hey, Juliana. Don't forget to keep the door open for me. I'll be sending over my stuff to your new place today.
Already?
That's right. There's no time to waste, right? I'm so relieved that my son has seen the light and decided to forgive me for past mistakes. We're moving forward now, and guess what? He even hired some moving companies to make the whole process easier for me. I always knew my son would never, ever be able to say no to me, especially when I get all teary-eyed and show him my vulnerable side.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that too. I really hope our relationship can improve from now on.
What relationship? Are you talking about you and me?
Yeah.
Sweetheart, I think there's a bit of a mix-up here. Do you honestly believe that forgiving me and trying to act all noble will magically make me like you more or appreciate you as my daughter-in-law? You've got it all wrong, my dear. Let me assure you, once we're back living together under the same roof, we'll be having a whole lot more fun than we did before. You just wait and see.
What do you mean by fun?
Don't worry, you'll find out soon enough.
All right, Melissa, I've had it up to here with you. You totally screwed up your very last shot, so now you've got to face the music.
Huh? What's going on?
I've seen and heard more than enough. It's crystal clear that you don't deserve forgiveness. I knew it all along. Your apologies and promises were nothing but lies, and it's obvious you'll never change. I actually gave you a chance, believed my wife's words, and hoped you had good intentions. But now, it's clear that it's the complete opposite.
But wait, what did I do this time? I swear I haven't even done anything to her, not a single hair touched. Could it be because of dinner last night? I promised I had nothing to do with sneaking shrimp into her food. It was a complete accident, I swear.
Well, we could always check the cameras at the restaurant to confirm that, right?
Are there cameras?
We'll get to that later. Right now, there's something more important I need to ask you. You might not know this, but the people I hired from the moving company had an additional task besides helping with packing and moving. I specifically asked them to keep tabs on you. If they noticed anything suspicious, they were supposed to inform me right away. Well, while they were packing your belongings, they stumbled upon something truly horrifying.
What did they find?
You should know this better than anyone else. You've been keeping a whole box filled with things related to my wife. They found torn or cut pictures of her, along with diaries and letters where you express your intense hatred towards her. It seems like you update your diary regularly, given how up-to-date it is. They discovered a whole page where you outlined your plans to make Juliana's life miserable once you were a part of our household again. And to make matters worse, they noticed that you wrote it today.
What on earth are you talking about? You're invading my privacy.
No, I'm just looking out for my wife's well-being. But your wickedness doesn't end there, does it? They also discovered a printed list of things that can be harmful to people with asthma in the box. And you know very well that my wife has asthma. What's the explanation for all of this? Have you been trying to harm my wife this whole time?
Well, I just wanted to study more about asthma, you know, so I could help Juliana steer clear of stuff that could be risky for her health. That's all, really.
I don't believe a thing you say. And guess what? We've got all the evidence necessary to report you to the police. So, get ready to face the consequences, including paying compensation and serving time in jail.
Compensation? But I've already paid that.
Ha! You think $500 will cut it? Trust me, that's just a drop in the bucket compared to what I'll be seeking from you. Oh, and by the way, We won't be the only ones demanding compensation for the damages you've caused.
What do you mean?
Do you still recall that incident when you recklessly pushed a pregnant woman aside in your quest to grab those discounted Christmas decorations?
How do you know that?
The police reviewed the security footage and they've already identified you as the prime suspect. Even though it was a crowded place and you were sly about pushing that woman, the truth has come out. Looks like you've got quite a lot on your plate now.
But I'm your mother. How could you do this to me?
It doesn't matter if we're related. The truth is, you've done terrible things to others and you need to face the consequences. Oh, and that new address Juliana gave you? It's actually fake. It's the address of a charity organization. We made a promise to send them some items they could sell to support underprivileged children.
But it's my stuff. You cannot do that. Hey, Josh, do you hear me? You can't do this to me. Please.
Subsequently, Melissa was arrested by the police and later pleaded guilty to all the charges against her. Throughout our time living together, Melissa consistently displayed a passive-aggressive attitude towards me. She would put on a facade of kindness in front of others, while secretly attempting to undermine me. While my family and I were living together, she would always make me clean the basement or deliberately bring home flowers that would trigger my asthma. Regrettably, I foolishly mistook her mistreatment as a form of discipline. I believed that by maintaining composure and keeping peace in the family, I could eventually win Melissa's favor. However, it became evident that this was far from the truth. It seemed she harbored a deep-seated animosity towards individuals from single-parent households, and I quickly became her target for marrying Josh. It's ironic how Melissa would often refer to herself as Grandma Claus, while simultaneously subjecting me to physical and mental bullying as if I were her enemy. Thankfully, the pregnant woman she pushed over that day did not suffer severe consequences, such as losing her baby. Otherwise, Melissa might have faced a lifetime in prison. Throughout it all, I'm grateful to have Josh by my side. I feel remorseful for downplaying Melissa's mistreatment to spare Josh any concern or unnecessary conflicts. I now realize that this was not the right approach. It is vital for spouses to share each other's burdens. And this is a valuable lesson I have learned.